And Paris Saint-Germain, for the second time in their history, are headed to the final. They've been remarkable since the end of the league phase. For some, the best team in the world right now. And the Parc des Princes enjoys a memorable night, a broad smile on the face of Luis Enrique. And the fireworks are going off. And they'll believe they've earned this spot in Munich. Gary Breen.
Incredible. We've seen their development as a team. We saw them in October at the Emirates and Premier Sports. We felt they were a young, inexperienced team. But in the 6 or 7 months since, they have developed into the best team that we have seen this season. And they fully deserve their place in the final. Their goalkeeper's made some massive saves. Of course he has. In this type of games, you need that. But they've been worthy winners. They deserve the final.
An Arsenal season effectively comes to an end tonight as well, Gary.
And it does, and this is the 8th semi-final leg, and they haven't won any of them. Questions will be asked. Of course they'll say that the goalkeeper was incredible on the evening, but Arsenal are the nearly men again.
Full time, Paris Saint-Germain 2, Arsenal 1. The French champions win it 3-1 on aggregate.
This match was brought to you by Walkers, UEFA Champions League official sponsor.
Brilliant stuff, Rob. Gary said in co-commentary that they fully deserve to get through to this Champions League final, PSG. Martin O'Neill, would you agree with that?
Yes, I do. Yeah, over the 2 legs, they've been the better side. I was concerned about the set pieces against them tonight, but they dealt pretty well with them on the whole, I must admit. And yeah, they definitely deserve to win the game. It's a big moment for them. They're in the final now against a tough side against Inter Milan. They definitely have the capabilities. I still think that they have weaknesses at the back. I have to say, Marquinhos, I'm not so sure he'll be getting into a championship team myself. It's just my view. It's always been a long-held view of mine, but...
well, he might be about to lift the Champions League trophy, Martin.
He still wouldn't get into the championship side. Yeah, that's a slight over-exaggeration, but to me, you know, he's well short of it being the top-class centre-back. But even so, they've won the game. Big moment for Enrique as well, too. Fantastic. And Shay, there's your man.
He's back.
He's back with a vengeance.
Yeah, he was absolutely phenomenal against some of the saves he made tonight. Martin was absolutely world class. I mean, in the cold light of day, you could argue Arsenal were the better team tonight. You really could in the first 20 minutes. They could have had a couple of goals. I know coulda, shoulda, maybe's and all that kind of stuff, and it'll be hard one for Arteta and his team to tick. You've got to give that man great credit. Of course, they've done a job, and they could have been out of sight, I suppose, last week with the 2 late chances. Over the course of the 2 legs, you'd probably say PSG deserved it. But things have to happen within a game, and in a semi-final as well. I think of the Saka chance. I think of the second goal, Paris Saint-Germain. You know, Martin talked about Kivior before the game. It's a terrible pass in the midfield, and then Partey on the edge of the box, and that knocks the stuffing out of you. You know, when Saka gets the goal back, if there's only a goal between the tie, then it gives everyone a huge lift. To get that second goal, it's a killer blow to concede that second goal. 3-1 in aggregate, of course. So it's, I don't know, PSG Inter final. It's going to be a brilliant final in Munich on May the 31st. It's hard to pick a winner now because Inter Milan have surprised me all season as well. They've been absolutely brilliant. We've seen the tie last night or even last week. They were phenomenal 2 semis. But again, 2 different styles as well, 2 different systems. It'll be interesting how the final pans out.
PSG are milking it. Kenny's dark horses.
Yeah, no, I'm still surprised they spent over £1 billion on their team, like, but they're dark horses somehow. But I mean, they'll be a big party in Paris Saint-Germain tonight. I mean, they deserve it. The fireworks are going off. You've seen the Eiffel Tower before. Big party, and they deserve it. You know, they've won the French league. Now they're off to a final, and with a great chance of Martin's pal Marquinhos getting his hands on the trophy.
An early shout on whether or not you think they're going to win that final, Martin. We've plenty of time to preview closer to the time.
We'll have absolutely, Eoin. I genuinely don't know. I think that I mean they have the individual capabilities. You know, Dembele will probably be properly fit by then. And they do have the capabilities of breaking teams down. That's what I just feel defensively they are a little bit weak. You know, they've got players the two fullbacks want to get forward more often than they want to try and defend. Having said this, they've scored big goals for them. You know, if you consider Hakimi scored a wonder goal tonight from a centre forward position. Talking about centre forward, and Shay mentioned this at the top of the programme. This is Arsenal's downfall throughout the whole season. They've not had a centre forward, somebody who's capable of putting 20 goals in the net. And if they'd done so, they could have been in the final. They could have chased Liverpool down. You never know. But it's great moments for
the fans. The players are partly getting into the stands with the fans here.
There's a lot of room behind the goals actually in that stadium, but I mean,
they're eating it all up.
I spoke about the fans beforehand. The Paris Saint-Germain are absolutely phenomenal. He didn't stop all night. Of course, the team on the pitch helped that with the goals and what have you. But it's to be a big party tonight. They'll be all booking, flights and hotels in Munich now for a couple of weeks' time. It's a big moment for Paris Saint-Germain. You've seen the owner in shot there a few minutes ago as well. He's piped a lot of money into the football club.
Oh, yeah.
And his dream or his ambition was to get his hands on the.
And he has pumped a lot in. I know they're saying. I know they've abandoned the Galacticos model as all that kind of stuff. But also they still have the money to get Kvaratskhelia at short notice, bomb him into the team. They can give up on players who haven't been doing it for them and cut their losses.
I remember a couple of years ago that Messi, Neymar, Mbappe up front. That was the front three, and I think, they're going to win the Champions League. It's that simple, but it's not that simple. They've brought a younger sort of group of players and a hungry group of players, a squad. He's built a brilliant squad. He's been backed obviously in the transfer window as well, and it just shows you. Sometimes a team of superstars doesn't win you stuff, and these guys have got a great chance now. And Breen said in commentary as well about when we seen them earlier in the year in the Champions League, they had a slow start. We weren't sure. A couple of lads in midfield, we thought, maybe not up to the task of controlling big games, but they've grown into the competition. They've got better and better as the competition's gone on.
They were shaky at times, though, Martin. I felt if Saka hadn't missed it, how he missed it, I don't know. I'll have a look back at that. But if he had nailed that one.
Totally agree with you. Absolutely. They were shaky. And if Saka mixed that then, there's still time enough then for Arsenal to get the third goal. Arsenal had resorted really from most of the game, deciding to play longer, and the goalkeeper has put as many balls into the opposition penalty box as anybody. But they've decided to do that. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's your strength, and if you felt as if that there was a weakness there with Paris Saint-Germain, why not try and exploit it? They didn't do so. But at the end of it all, if Saka scores the goal, ifs, as you just said there, ifs, buts and maybes, you've got to keep them out of the equation.
Luis Enrique there obviously is gone there and has done he's done a hell of a job, Martin. There's no denying that.
Absolutely, all credit to him. Absolutely right, he has done. He's transformed the football club again. Shay mentioned the forward line that they had there a couple of seasons ago. Listen, they should have been capable of winning the Champions League on those three players alone, but he has transformed it. The players seem to want to play for him, and that's a big thing as well too. No, well done him. And also you're talking about Inzaghi at the other side, who's done a wonderful job as well too.
What about Arsenal then? Are they a team? They're going to come second. They mightn't even come second at this stage in the Premier League. They're knocked out in the semi-finals of the Champions League. Are they a team who just are that bit short, and if you're going to be a bit more harsh, just can't quite get it done when it really matters?
Yeah, that's a fair point. I think Arteta's been there 5 years now. He won the FA Cup in his first season, didn't he? And people would argue that was Unai Emery's team. He spent 450 million or over 450 million on this squad, and we're sitting here today. Yes, it's brilliant to get to a semi-final, but they still haven't got a striker. Your main probably players, Martin will tell you, is probably the spine of the team, your goalkeeper, centre half, your midfield, and your striker. And the more we talk about it, or would call us experts, or call us whatever you want, the media, whatever you want to call us, the more he goes the other way. I can play a false nine. I'll spend 60 million on Havertz. He can give me the goals. But it's a gaping error or misjudgment by Arteta.
Obviously, he has Jesus injured, Havertz injured. He would class them as
Jesus
strikers.
Was an out-and-out striker. Havertz is a number 10. He's not an out-and-out striker. I disagree with you. And I know he was with Pep as a number 2, and Pep won the Premier League with not an out-and-out striker. Haaland wasn't there at the time, and he had a false 9. And I think that's where Arteta's mindset is. He thinks he can do that with a false 9 like a Havertz. But again, I think if you've spent that much money, and we're sitting here today 5 years later, and you still don't have a recognised striker, I think it's money badly spent.